Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. We are here to broadcast week 11 of the first season of 2025 at Interlagos Production Car Challenge. Brought to you, of course, by SimLab and iRacing, which is the platform we are racing on. Welcome, everybody, to the broadcast, of course. And we are going to have a fun 25-minute race at rainy Interlagos. I'm checking the conditions currently, and it's looking fantastic out there. The drivers getting ready for qualifying as we speak. Welcome, everybody in the chat. I see everybody popping in, looking good. Seeing you all here. And of course, this is our first broadcast of the PCC. Let's see how we roll tonight. I must say, 23 drivers on track. We have 4 different classes. We got the BMW M2, the Mazda MX-5, Toyota GR86, and the Renault Clio. In this case, only one driver, but we will give him some love on the broadcast, of course. Big thank you, of course, to SimLab, which is us. We're looking forward to having a great evening. And as we showed yesterday, we have something to unveil finally coming out to the market. We're going to get rolling with qualifying, but before that, let's take a look at what I'm talking about. Well, that is it. The SQ1 sequential shifter already available for you to pre-order and buy. As you can see on the website, the shipping will begin in the 3rd week of March, so get yours now. There you have the link in the chat if you want to access the pre-orders. And with this, I think we're going to get straight up into qualifying. I see everybody is ready to start it out. And we're going to go with one man to see how he does the lap. So let's jump right into the action with Ivan Ubera, who's going to give us a qualifying lap through Interlagos. As you can see, it is currently raining. Not a lot. The sun is out. And let's get rolling with this qualifying lap on the Mazda MX-5. Crossing the line and starting the bout through the Senna S's. We will go. As you can see, the rain line, due to not being a lot of water on the track, Ubera can manage to go on the dry line with a little bit of difficulty, but he manages to pull through as he goes through Curva do Sol. Find ourselves in the Reta Oposta. And of course, we are approaching the Ciudad do Lago. Turns number 4 and 5. Very tricky, this left-hander. A little sneaky with the angle of the apex. As you can see, Ubera having to fight the car immensely to get it on point. Time to go up the roller coaster into Ferradura. In Curva do Laranjinha, turns number 6 and 7. Without taking it calmly on Ferradura, heading into Pinheirinho. Turns number 8 and 9. Very tricky left-hander once again. Of course, Interlagos is a technical track. Even more when we consider that rain is a big factor. As you can see, Ubera going through Pico de Pato. Struggling once again, and down we go. Through Mergullo. That might have been an off-track, not sure. We will check out in a second. As you can see, he hits the puddle, goes straight, complete understeer. As he finishes going through Junzao. and La Subida to boxes is not going to be the greatest point for Rivera to gain time. Shame to see, but here he goes, going to finish the lap. Let's see other drivers that are currently on track. There you see Davido Karma, the American, currently holding the lead on the Mazda MX-5 class. 2:17 is the time to beat. Going through the Interlagos. Again, very tricky corners. You can see the car does not want to steer into it. Still raining, pouring down. Here at Brazil at the Autódromo José Carlos Pache. Going through Herradura and Laranjinha. Carmo feeling himself so far. Heading now into Pinheirinho. Still holding first. Nobody's getting close. P2 is Ethan Bernal. And he is a second down. Gabriel Sano in third. With a 2:02.94, very close to Bernal, just thousandths of a second away from one another. Let's check on some of the other car classes. Here you see David Adeyeye going off track. Fortunately, that is going to be an invalidation. Of course, he is currently, oh, careful with the funny rear. Of course, he's driving the Toyota, but unfortunately, he is going to abort the lap. The Renault Clio, unfortunately, nowhere to be seen. And let's head with Federico Calello, who's currently about to finish a lap just a minute away on this lone qualifier. Just 2 laps is what we get on qualifying. Calello managing to stay on track, but unfortunately he's not gonna get a time posted. Here we go with Ethan Bernal, who's giving it one last shot. Looking good for the Spaniard, of course. The livery, beautiful indeed. Of course, as we saw Federico Calello, we have our official Sim Lab liveries running on trading paints. So if you would like to represent SimLab on track, let me share with all of you the collection link so you can access all of these liveries. There you have the trading paints access. Unfortunately, no BMWs on track, just the Mazdas. It seems, nope. Just as he was about to come out, Pendergast wasn't able to finish the lap. So this means, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to roll with the grid. Let's take a look at how each class is going to handle. As you can see on the BMW, only 4 drivers. It's going to be Christian Kiss leading the board. From Alexei Andreeu, Robert Pendergast, and Oleg Kraks. I just butchered that poor man's name. My apologies on that regard. Let's follow up with the lone Renault Clio, Gonzalo Serna. Arriba Argentina. We follow with the Mazdas. Leading set class is Jean-Rey C.E.T, followed by Thailand Simic, Ross Loram, Tauna Automats, Murant, Adeyeye, and Brooks on the Toyota. And now, we go on the Mazdas with David Carmo leading from Bernal, Hetler, Garrido, Sano, Vaz, Ivan Uera, Federico Calello, Daniel Suarez, Tuval, O'Reilly, and Daniel Diliberti. These are our 23 drivers ready to roll for 25 minutes here at Interlagos. The track still wet. No signs of rain for the start. We don't see any drops coming out. I think it's time to get this party started. As we mentioned, 25-minute sprint race, 4 classes. They're going to get very tight together, especially the Mazda and the Toyota GR86. There is a slight difference in pace, but we know in the rain everything can change and tiny mistakes can cost even further than usual. Christian Kiss ready to see how the pace car gets going. And just as I said that, we start seeing some drops on track. It is starting to rain once again. You can see everybody following the pace car. Big puddles in this third sector. And a second one, of course, right there. We were heading through Ferradura, Piccolo Pato, and now we go down into Mergullo. Once we cross Piccolo Pato, as mentioned, let's see how this one goes. Right now, the BMW, of course, the fastest car on track, should be able to pull away from the rest. Usually we see each class leaving a little bit of a gap amongst all classes just to make it easier on the start procedure. But it is going to be Alexei Andreeu and Christian Kiss on the first line of sight to start this race. Already you see the gap between the BMWs and the Toyotas. The Clio not even coming out, unfortunately, so we're not going to get to see the Renault on track. There you see, pace car should be coming into the pit lane. And it is all Christian Kiss to start this one off, and we're going to do it on board. Safety car joining the pit lane, of course. Kiss immediately going for it. Not even waiting twice. Well, let's see how this works. It seems it has caught Alexei Andreeu off guard. There you see the dive from Robert Pendergast. It's going to work out, and he takes up second place as Andreeu was left without a choice. Zach coming in fast as well. Let's go with the Toyotas as they go through. The Senna S's looking fine everywhere. That's a great move from Simic to retake the P2. And of course, the Mazdas on the same corner. Davido Carmo going a little wide. Careful with the curves. The water gets stuck there, and it's very easy to lose the rear. We see the gaps opening already on the BMWs. On the Toyotas, it is getting pretty close as we see Alexei Andreeu lose the rear. We're going to go on a replay and take a look at what has happened. Andreeu coming in very slow, and he was sliding the whole way through. Could not do anything. You can see he's going to try to rejoin. Not the best manner, but he's going to get out of track. He's going to let everybody else come through. There you see Toyota action everywhere. Alexei trying to find space through all of the Toyotas. And of course, we're getting really close battles here on the Mazdas. Ernesto Bernardo Garrido trying to defend from Federico Calelo. This is the battle for 5th on the Mazda class. There you see the sim lap livery looking stunning, as well as the rest of liveries on track. I must say, every single one of them is looking crisp. Bernardo's coming down through Mergullo, looking great. Davido Carmo has opened a bit of a gap. Now he's going to lose it. He goes very wide. He manages to stay on track. Incredible effort there, and we are getting a big pileup here with the Toyotas. There you saw Alexei Andreeu going for a 3 wide. Thankfully, it was on the finish line straight, so no problems whatsoever. But here we go, approaching turn number 1 with a 3 wide. Looks like Simic is the one to be ahead of it all. Loram and Ormets battling for that P2. Looks like Simic is not going to get a good exit. Loram has to brake very hard to save an accident from happening. But now Automats has a big chance to go for a move here. There you see nearly side by side. Is he going to go for the dive? Yes, he will. Can he commit to the move though? Doesn't look like so just yet. Lots of water. There you see Lauren going off the track. He's going to stay alive, which is important. Of course, the AstroTurf is really dangerous on these sort of conditions. Automats, they'll keeping the battle alive. Adeyeye comes into play. Everything looking real close as you see. Adeyeye losing the rear through Laranjinha. Manages to keep it on track. And the battles on the Toyota stay alive. Not the same situation for the BMW M2s. Christian Kies flying away from the rest of his competitors. Robert Pendergast, 2.5 behind, and Xrax and Andreu miles away. Let's quickly take a look at something that I know most of you like to check, which is the strength of field on the BMW. It's 2.8K strength of field on the Toyota, 2.6 on the Mazda, 2.9, and unfortunately on the Clio, we are not even getting one driver. Gonzalo de la Serna was in the pit lane and did not start the race. But now we're going to take a look at the fastest times so far posted as we entered lap number 3. 53.5 from Kies, 2:15 for Jean-Reich C.E.T, 2:24 for the Mazdas. In this case, it was Ethan Bernal. Let's keep this going as we had Zach losing the car momentarily, going off the track. Good save there, keeping the car alive, and we need to go quickly with some more battles. Driver saying stop, and as you can see, Automats wants to make a move on Simic. It's side-by-side action as we enter the Interlagos. Looks fantastic from Automats, who makes the move. Can he finish it though? Yes, he can. Oh no, blinking from Tylen Simic, and this could turn ugly. Here we go, nearly 3 wide. At the end, Simic is going to take it calmly. Adeyeye on the outside manages to find a lot of grip and makes it up in the third. And wait, because he is not done yet. It was to make it into second. Oh, Lord, look at what's happening. The Toyotas and the Mazdas in a big scrap battle. This is exactly what you did not want, because now things get even tougher than before. Bernal making a move through Automats. Toyota's leaving some space for Bernal. Now Bernal needs to be careful. Look at him drifting down the hill and now up into Junzao. It is still side by side. Bernal manages to go through. Let's see how the Toyota reacts to this. Of course, this does not matter for class position, but it matters a lot because Bernal has managed to make the move on David Carmo, who was the first driver on the Mazdas to find traffic. See how the drivers manage the situation, and let me tell you, it is getting tight on the BMW. All of a sudden, Pendergast is on the battle. Let's go on board with him as he goes up the hill through Ferradura and Laranjinha, heading into Piñerino. Looks great from Pendergast, keeping it very tight. Careful once again with the curbs. As you can see, the water is completely stuck in them. And the moment you put one tire, the car will not turn. Great lines from Pendergast, and the battles continue for the lead of the BMW. We're still having a big scraffle here. Jean-Reich C.E.T, he was leading the Toyota class, and now it is completely a risk because Tauno Automats has taken the Mazda traffic situation to his complete advantage. He takes first, and Jean-Reich C.E.T cannot do anything about it. More Mazdas coming through, And this is turning into a very fun race. Thank you very much for the 10 viewers we got on the broadcast. Just 8 minutes completed, a third of the way through. No pit stops required for any of the classes, so this is a fight till the checkered flag. Let's go with Ivan Ueda, currently battling with a Toyota. This case, Thailand Simic. He was going so well, and unfortunately, Simic braking very hard. You could see the car just dancing all over the place. Ueda goes through without any issues. Dauno Automats, man who leads the Toyota class side by side with Danilo Vaz, the Brazilian in his home soil, performing well. Podium spot for him. He started 6th on the Mazda class. He's now up to 3rd. Davido Carmo starting to lose a little bit of pace. The situation has certainly turned the tables for the American, and Ethan Bernal is starting to fly away, and he is unstoppable. Let's move with Ross Lonam and Ivan Ueda. Again, Toyota Mazda situation. Lots of traffic involved. Oh, Lord, what happened at the back? Federico Calelo going for a bad ride on the wall, and I think that is going to be game over. Let's take a look at the replay. You could see he took the whole curb, and of course, coming out of it, it's not going to be a good time. Calelo broken down, and that, unfortunately, is going to be race over for the Argentinian. Isan Bernal keeping himself ahead of Davido Carmo. Really starting to push, but he's not managing to reclaim the top spot. Drivers really using the curbs. We've said it many times that this could be deadly. I've just been proven right with the unfortunate incident of Federico Calelo. There you see, but not nearly losing the rear as we go into Junzao once again. 7th lap, nearly on our way. There's a lot of dirt on track, but thankfully, because of the rain, it is going away quickly. Here you see the slipstream helping quite a bit. 4/10 between P1 and P2. Let's move with a battle on the Toyotas. That is Johan Reich-Zivit, who was once leading the race, now down into 6th. Andrew Murant. It's an easy move up the inside on La Subida de Boxes. 11th minute nearly completed here at Interlagos. Week 11 of the first season of 2025 on iRacing SimLab Production Car Challenge, and we're having a blast. And just as I say that, we are getting side-by-side action for the lead on the Mazdas. Let's see how this unveils. Karma once again on the inside. He manages to stick it through, but do not count his Bernal out just yet. He is fighting. He knows he's not going to give it up so easily. And side-by-side we go up into Ferradura in Laranjinha. What a great outside line from Davido Carmo. Can he still keep it? Unbelievable maneuver. He's going to go wide now, but can he close it down through Pinheirino? Still side by side. This is incredible action here at Interlagos. Marisan Bernal comes out the winner. We're nearly hitting halfway point of the race. Action everywhere as we see Ross Lonam nearly coming into contact with David Adeyeye. That was a really bad exit for the American, and now he might be facing trouble because Thailand Simic is coming back like a rocket. Oh, you can see there Adeyeye, very aggressive, manages to take the position or not. Wow. Chapa chapa, as we say in Spanish. Really close action, door banging as we're about to cross the line once again, enter our 8th lap. Soon enough, Ade, Yeye, and Loram side by side. Simic waiting behind, playing the spectator role. Oh no, that's contact once again, pushing Ross Loram off the track. Unfortunate to see the braking, of course, making the car of Adeyeye unstable and causing collision. Here we go. What is happening here? Danilo Vaz going for a move on Davilo Carmo. The Brazilian starting to gain up ground. A little bit of contact there between the two masses. And Danilo seems to be on fire. Posting great lap times. 2:02 is the latest lap we've gotten from him. The fastest man on track by a long shot. Danilo really understanding these raining conditions. 280, as you can see, he just gained half a second on Ethan Bernal. The action continues. Carmo behind. You know he's not going to let this go through so easily. Lovely to see the podium battling non-stop. On the BMW, we can go back to our lovely battle between P1 and P2. Unfortunately, Oleg Ksak and Alexei Andreeu miles away. Kiss makes a mistake, goes off the track, careful with the rejoin. Of course, that means Pendergast is going to take the lead with ease. Not a bit of struggle there. Here we go with Andrew Murrant bringing spots with a Mazda. Yes, a Toyota, so this does not matter for class. Braking on the puddle. Not recommended, as you can see. He went completely straight. And look at this. This is being incredible. The Mazda's giving us fantastic action as we go back into the ZS's. Look at the launch there from Ethan Bernal. Can he make it through? Very slow on exit, but still manages to end up ahead. Staying in the lead. And now Bas and Carmo side by side. What a beautiful battle we're having here. This is exactly what we expected. As you can see, a little bit of bomb drafting there from Carmo, trying to keep Bernal ahead. And so he could take the spot too. There's a little bit of contact once again. Carmo nearly off the track. The ring does not stop. And I don't even know how these three are making it happen. Look at that. Is it going to become a 3 wide? No. Carmo staying behind still. There you see, again, Danilo Vaz on the outside. He goes a little too wide now, and I think Danilo Vaz is gone. Has he managed to save it? Let's see it. Replay, as you can see, brakes very late, goes on the grass, but manages to keep the car straight. And great driving from these three gentlemen. And still, Ethan Bernal is the one to be leading the pack on the Toyotas. Different story. As you can see, Automets, who started fourth, has taken the lead and now has opened a 2.3 second gap. Beautiful action from Automets, putting the laps in. And just to say so, he nearly loses the rear. He is pushing to the maximum. Just 8.5 minutes remaining. Automets looks forward for a victory. Will he manage to get it? Still plenty of time for us to see. Let's go with Davilo Carmo and Danilo Vaz. These two want to be on the screen. And well deserved indeed it is. There you see Davilo with a good exit out of the Senna S's. Danilo Vaz just 4/10 behind. He had a little bit of oversteer exiting turn number 2. We go back into the Ciudad del Lago, and now Ethan Bernal could have the chance to open up a gap. We'll see if he manages to do so. Look at Carmo, so aggressive. Beautiful line. I don't even know how he managed to save that. Great driving. from the American. As you can see, not a lot of visibility. The spray is massive again, going nearly sideways through the corners, literally sideways. And now Danilo Vaz is going to try to take advantage of it. We go back into the side-by-side action as we head into Laranjilla and Piñanino. Carmo stays under control, makes a mistake, but gets it fixed on the next corner. We've had a little bit of an incident. Let's take a look. This is Joao Helda coming into the... Oh, no! Coming into the Interlagos. A little bit of misunderstanding between both drivers. And unfortunately, that ain't going to work out too well for them. Look at Danilo Vaz dive on the inside line, completely drifting through Junsao. Great driving from everybody, but the Mazdas are being the MVPs. Go quickly with David Adeyeye. We were talking about a 2.5 second gap, just a couple laps away, and now it is tenths of a second between these two drivers. The lead of the Toyota GR86 up for grabs. Adeyeye with the slipstream. Could he be able to try anything out here? Right now about to cross the finish line, and still Automats seems to be ahead. Is Adeyeye going to go for the long route? Let's see if that works out for him. He is actually going to commit to a side-by-side. Is the exit going to be good? Careful with the big puddle. You can see lots of drifting there from Adeyeye. Stays alive, but does not get the position. 11th lap. Of course, the BMW is the fastest car. They're the ones setting the duration and seeing that the times are being 53s, 52s. We might have a chance of getting an extra lap just by seconds. We will find out soon enough because we only have 5 minutes remaining. Here you see Adeyeye falling down to Automats. But of course, the Mazdas keeping as close as they possibly can. Bernal with a great entry into the corner, into Pico de Pato, down through Mergullo. We go once again, and as you can see, the cars are literally drifting through. Again, Danilo Vaz, what a dive on the inside, closes the door. Is it going to work though? Yes, it does, but it is still side by side. Can Danilo get the slipstream and close the door? Yes, he can, but will it be for long? And oh man, what an exciting bout we're having here at the Production Car Challenge. Again, Carmo nearly losing the car on the straight, touching the paint. It's also very risky. Here we go, side by side. It is Carmo on the inside line. He goes through, but he might sacrifice this exit, and that might cost him the position. It was very good. Little overcorrection. And of course, Danilo with the slipstream should have a pretty good chance of getting it back. As you can see, lots of spray. Danilo, is he going to go for the dive? He is going to wait. Rather be patient. There's still time to work this off. Fantastic racing from everybody on track. I would like to see, is the Renault? Oh, yes! He has come out of the pit lane. But come on, we got to give him a little bit of love. Gonzalo de la Serna, the Argentinian. The only Renault Clio. So he's gonna get a victory. Putting its laps, not bothering anybody. Hey, that's how we like it. We have had a little incident with Scott Brooks. What has happened? As you can see, the Interlagos losing the rear, going on the wall. Thankfully, it does not look like there will be too much damage on the car. He rejoins the track safely. And 2 minutes and a half remaining. We're going to go with Christian Kiss to check how this is going to go. we surely are going to get an extra lap. Oh, now I'm in doubt. Let's see, because that Mazda going to slow kiss a tiny bit. Well, I think this might be the last lap for everybody on track. Kiss hasn't crossed the finish line just yet. Here we go. This should be the last lap. Just by a couple of seconds. We'll find out how it goes. But certainly it is going to be tied on the clock. We go now with Daniel Diliberti holding 6th on the Master Class. Right now handling some Toyota traffic. In this case, it is the leader in front, Tauno Onumets. Adeyeye behind, and Ken Adeyeye get rid of the Mazda ASAP. Because, of course, this is the battle for the lead. Diliberti very nicely not going to put himself on that battle that he does not belong to. Beautiful to see. Really respectful driving from a lot of drivers here on the grid. Of course, we're on the top splits. Here you see Dual O'Reilly currently side by side with Andrew Murant. Makes a move. Different class, so it doesn't matter that much. Let's go back with the Toyotas, because Odomats and Adeyeye are going at it. Is Adeyeye going to go for the inside line here? No. He doesn't have enough space to go through. Just 25 seconds to go. Is this going to be the last lap, or are we going to have an extra one? We're about to find out. Let's go quickly with Christian Kiss. There you have him. Going up Junzao and into La Subida, the boxes. I think this should be the checker flag. Let's find out as he gets closer to it. That is going to be the case indeed. Christian Kiss wins the BMW class here at the Production Car Challenge. Well done indeed. Pendergast in second. Zrak in third. Davido Carmo manages to snatch a win. Danilo was very close to him, and Bernal unfortunately drops to third. On the Toyotas, Tauno Onumets is going to get the victory. Great driving from everybody. And I must say, that was a spectacular race here at Interlagos. The conditions did not help, but the drivers certainly delivered. Tylen Simic climbs up to second, and Adeyeye on third. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, we must say goodbye. But beforehand, remember, SQ1 pre-orders are live. Let's take a look at it, and we will say goodbye. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming on the broadcast. We will see you next week with the last week of the season. We're going to get another race of the Production Car Challenge. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.